What's going on? Where he at? Oh, he was there 2
I'm right
minutes
here.
ago. He was
Just
there.
just readjusting some stuff.
Justin.
Hello, 3 people.
when
Whoever
one or
you
two
are.
gathered, when one or two
Yes.
are gathered,
Yes.
that's all that matters. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, what you sipping on? That's a little bit different than what I'm used to seeing.
So watermelon from Wegmans.
Okay.
I'm down south mentality. Get the whole watermelon, but I
Yes,
got
sir.
one of those pre-cut watermelons at Wegmans, and it was like a little too crunchy. And so what I did was I put it in the blender, made me a good, but it had the flavor. It was just too crunchy to the texture. So I made me
the pulp out.
Basil. Yeah, made basil, nutmeg, cinnamon, lemon juice, Granny Smith apples.
God,
nice little thing. So it's wonderful, man. It's
you
wonderful.
might need to sell that. You might need to put that on the market.
You ever make a fruit drink so good that you like, if I had some alcohol in this, that's when it's a good fruit drink. That's when it's a good healthy fruit drink. When you like, man, if I had a little tequila up in there, little rum, this might be right.
If I had some Captain Morgan, it would be all right.
Just a little, you know what I mean?
You be like, yeah,
that's when you know it's good.
Oh, look at man, appreciate you for joining. Our schedules have been so off the chain lately. I'm traveling. You out there, globetrotting too, doing what it is that the Pelzers do. Gosh, dog it. I ain't mad at them though. I ain't mad. What's up, people?
That's good stuff. Your busy's been good. I like it. You've been in Vegas. Like they know you in Vegas on first name basis. I see.
Right. It's like Norm from Cheers. Unfortunately, I mean, yeah. Hopefully, I can get out of that.
How was Tim Cook today? You holler at him?
I did. He's trifling.
I think you're probably hanging today at the Apple joint.
Yeah. I know some folks were watching. A couple of things came out, but I'm not as hyped on the iPads. Because I'm trying to because they're trying to make the iPads like the MacBooks and the MacBook Airs. They're trying to turn it into a laptop. I got 2 laptops sitting right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I'm not going to do it. I do like they launched Final Cut Camera though. They announced the Final Cut Camera app for the iPhone. Yeah. So that might be kind of dope.
You know what I look at? More toys to play with. And I'm not complaining about it. I'm just being honest. More toys to play with. And the ones that know, they know. And they're going to progress and proceed. So I'm at my cap. Yeah, they're going to progress and proceed. I'm at my cap right now. You know what? I really come to the place that I was so not turned on and watching the Apple event today because I'm like, it's an old Christian song that says, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say it is well with my soul. Well, in the secular camera sense, in video creative space, is well with my creativity right now, what I have. Right? So it's one of those things, being content with what you have and giving yourself credit and permission to say you had a plan and you got everything you need and you're good for a minute. Create. You got to tell yourself you're good. Like jumping on everybody. James is always on time. I'm the one coming in, sliding in on plate just before the ball hit, or I'm making the basket just before the clock run out, right? I get the ball in the air. But yeah, Raven, it's like the whole thing is I really got to a place where I had to give myself permission to say it's time to clean out. So it's like your hard drive. Right? You had so much junk on it. Every now and then you got to launch, clean my Mac, and you got to wipe the stuff out, the stuff that you know and don't know, and you got to repent. You got to say, I've outgrown this, that, or the third. I'm never going to use this. And this is just in the way, and get out there and do it. So once you have an Osmo 3, you got ZV-E1, 10, whatever, you covered both sides of the spectrum on video, and you got an iPhone in your hand. You don't need to be looking at the next new video thing out, the next new gimbal, nothing like stop. Because unless you just want to spend money, and at that point, if you're not reviewing all this new stuff you buying,
man, you coming in hot tonight. Oh my.
I'm coming in hot because thanks,
KP may come when you know on the dot, 30 seconds late, but boy, you came in swinging some haymakers. Okay, you got something on your mind. I know I do on mine, but okay.
Because it helped, right? It helps because I think a lot of people think they're leaders, but they're followers, and they don't realize it. So thanks, Sammy. They come out like they're leaders, like the new, now this is so old, so this not even flex. Sigma 70 2470, right? The good old trusty Sigma, right? Just colored in red. But somebody will go, oh, the Sigma is out. They putting up the Instagram, the YouTubes, unboxing and review. And it's like, you not even on Gerald Undone level, and that's not where you going, right? So in a sense, you actually think you're a leader, but you're actually a follower. My
goodness, oh Lord.
You want the fear of missing out to be one of 2,000 to say the new. And the thing is, all the people that's making money with this stuff, they looking like, and you ain't did no work with it.
It's just sitting in your closet.
It's just in your closet, or you bought it, or the people that can afford it don't even buy it. Like, you ever see an influencer say,
that's a point right there. Yeah.
Bro, is it Jason Vong or somebody? They just got the G Master lens that I had for almost since it came out, the G Master 2.
Yeah.
It's somebody I watch, and their review had me to get it. It was one of the pieces, and they finally said, I finally bought this. Wait a minute. So you reviewed it and you ain't even have it. You reviewed it and you gave it back.
A lot of folks, a lot of them quote unquote influencers don't want to tell the truth on that. Don't want to spill the tea that they were given this temporarily. They got to give it back. They may like it, they may love it, but that's $1,500 a lot of times. So you may have 100,000 subscribers on your channel, but that don't necessarily mean you got $100,000 extra liquid cash in your pocket. So you got to wait, just like the rest of us common folk, just like the rest of us blue collars, right, and get it when you can get it.
So that's
a perception that I think a lot of folks don't have. All the folks that had the brand new iPads today, they don't realize that those folks were loaned to them as opposed to given to them. Marquez don't get to keep all that stuff.
So the thing is, we jumping on the wrong side of influence, right? There are people that's like, I got money to buy this new mic, so I'm gonna get the mic and then I'm gonna review it like I'm expert on it. You're not an expert on it. You just had the money to get it, and you're flexing because you can afford it and everybody else couldn't. And you think that the new product is gonna make you better. In the meantime, somebody else is doing way more numbers, way better than you, because they still got the old mic, and you trying to convince everybody on the new mic. It's not happening. Cameras are the same way. My discipline was on that Sony A9 III, and I'm like, ooh, globe. You can,
global shutter. Gotta have it.
And I'm sitting there looking like, I did a runway shoot with an A7 IV and an A7 R5, like 5R, whatever, right? And did I really know which one was 10 frames per second, the other one to do, 5, whatever? I got this shot. And when you calling, you call all the things. If you had an A9, you'd be trying to go through 120 pictures of the chick turning around. It's like, dude, your productivity sucks at that point because you're doing too much. So if you influencers are basically saying this new product is going to help you upgrade your stuff. Upgrade, do we mean money or upgrade my flex? Because upgrade flex don't always mean upgrade finances.
That don't always mean the money. That's true. That's not always a debit and credit conversation.
Yeah, upgrade flex don't mean upgrade finances.
You can have all the gear in the world that you want. Hey, I see you. We're gonna get to these comments. Appreciate it, folks, for jumping in. But to have all this gear in the world don't mean nothing. One, if you don't read the manual, if you don't know how to use it. You got mirrorless cameras. You got video cameras. You got camcorders. You got audio interface. You got all this infrastructure. You look good. Nice little.
Sammy, Sammy dropped it right there. He hit it on the money. He said, now the only thing I have been buying are lens, right? And that's good, Sammy. Like, so here's my thing in photography. Chase the bodies until you got the one that you're most attracted to, right? So chase the bodies.
You say chase the bodies. I say date the body and marry the lens. That's funny.
Right. Okay, got you. Right, that's dope. Date the body, marry the lens. But you gotta, so your bodies, you gotta have that body. So me, I'm 3 bodies, I'm good. I'm 3 bodies, right? Hold fast. Their whole movement is hold 2 cameras so you don't have to keep switching lenses. Makes sense. You could argue that and say, well, just get zooms. Well, also, when you do a wedding or an event, you want to have a 24-70, 70 to 200 standard. You want to cover everything. Got you. So you have 2 bodies. Then you have these are my workhorses. Let me put them in a Nanook or Pelican case. Put them aside. What's my, hey, me and James, Tina, and Jen is just in the street. James ain't got to bring out the FX30. Keith ain't got to bring out the A7R5. That's when you got the A7C. You got the 6700 or something like that. And you got it in your pocket. APS-C. We cute. We good. You know what I'm saying? That's why you had that 3rd one. Then if you like Sammy, you doing film too, then James got an FX30.
Oh, ain't nobody else like Sammy. Come on, Sammy, he a unicorn. But I know what you said.
Yeah.
Young blood is a unicorn.
And that's the word to help out the people who are struggling to keep up, but never create. Right? You chasing, but not creating. Right.
So who's at fault though? Right. So I worked at Apple for 10 years. I know what Apple does. I know what I've been in the room with Steve Jobs. Right.
You know the Jedi mind trick.
I know that they don't necessarily pull at the financial purse strings. They don't care about that. They pull at the emotional strings. They make you feel connected to these devices. That's in the DNA of Apple marketing. Listen, I've sat in a room with Greg Joswiak. I've sat in a room with Steve Jobs on some of these campaigns. So I know they're trying to elicit emotion. My dad's on here. The reason why my dad has an Apple Watch is because he saw someone who had one, someone his age, around his age as well, who tripped and fell or had an accident. The Apple Watch started going off and did the SOS thing and said, triggered it, you fallen. So there was an emotional response to having this device that could either save your life or call help if you need it. Had nothing, he didn't care how much it costs.
Right.
2 days later, we went to the Apple store. He was picking up the one and he got the one that he wanted, but because it elicited emotion. Now, is it the brand's fault because they know what they're doing, or is it I need to have this because if I get this new FX3, it's gonna make me so much of a better photographer, videographer. It's gonna make me like Manny Ortiz, right? I'm gonna be able to have this device right here, and I'm gonna be able to take these bomb shots, and it's gonna make me a better producer. Who owns that onus, right? Again, you can't fault the company for doing that. Listen, transparency. I'm a stock investor, so listen, keep the economy going.
Business. So think about this: the fast food chain is not really solving the problem of eating away from home because you can always pack your lunch, right? You have sustainable foods that you can carry about all day until you get back home. The fast food joints may make the claim, what if you get too far away from home, you need somewhere to eat? What is a supermarket? And you can go to the supermarket and get food. So when they make something, they're hitting your emotional space of the burger, the fries, the breakfast. There's an argument that it was advertisement that got us thinking that we supposed to have grits and eggs and sausage and waffles and pancakes in the morning. It was more of a marketing scheme that turned into the American way of you eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, the triangle pyramid and blah, blah, blah. Right. It's like there's arguments out there that's just like, there's no such thing. Think about this. Sometimes you can take the same ingredients in your refrigerator and use those same ingredients for lunch or dinner. But the way you make it, you call it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So think of steak and eggs and potatoes, right? But if you flip it and you make potato salad, steak, and you have broccoli or something like that, it's the same ingredients. You just throwing it on the back end and you made it differently, but your body is taking in the same ingredients. So is there such thing as breakfast food to the interior of the body? So selling is intentional. If that's what the company's doing, Apple's not wrong for selling. It's now when Apple starts dropping and Android starts surfacing again, or somebody else starts taking over.
Yeah, Google announced their low end phone 20 minutes after the Apple update. So yeah, they announced the Pixel 8. Yep.
They doing what they supposed to do. Now I'm gonna slide into something spiritual and I'm gonna jump right off of it.
Man,
it's kind of like it's kind of like, okay, those people who believe in Christianity, Jesus came to save, but all are not going to be saved, right? It's just a reality.
Ooh-wee.
Just like everybody that graduate is not going to get a 6-figure job. Just like everybody that bought the A7 IV camera is not going to be a great photographer. It just is what it is. But the move of the company, right, is to make everybody believe that this camera is going to make your life better. Think of Sony. That A7 III is still selling like hotcakes. It is a standard. It basically says it's so dope that the newer one is still not better, but it can go alongside of. Now, it's a reality that in cameras you can do that. You can't do that in computers, though. Like you can't say, I'm gonna get a throwback computer and it's gonna keep up with right now. You can do it with a camera though, because the concept of camera is capturing. And long as you can see a visual, you can always have it as nostalgic. You can have it as present. You can't get no sharper than sharp.
Oh my!
You really can't. So because you can't get no sharper than sharp, we're not going to buy any camera newer that's going to give us a better picture, especially when you could take a picture with the worst Sony camera you can think of. I can take an A5100 and take photos and put it in, it's a software called Topaz that's now, photo AI or whatever, and it can make it just as sharp as my A7R5. And the naked eye, rendered on an Android or iPhone from Instagram, is not going to be able to tell the difference. One other sidebar. The stupidest thing people do is, comparing the 8K camera to the the 4K. How you can't show me that on Instagram? How you show me comparison on Instagram?
We're not trying to be that deep either, right? To be honest, we are not that deep. There's nobody.
Oh my god!
All right, hold on. Okay, man. Let's pause. Let's go ahead.
Go to your comments.
Good Lord, have mercy. Let's have communion or something. We need to.
Hey man, this watermelon drink. I done did something. I'm gonna have to put some alcohol in it next time.
This brother done came in.
It is that good.
Okay, I was about to call him something for showing up half a second late, but he came in with what he needed to say. Let me say what's going on to some folks that's in the building. New member of the family. What's going on, Yolanda? Even though she's a Ravens fan, even though she Ravens, we're not going to talk too bad. I checked out her stream the other day. She over there talking that talk. So welcome to the family. Sammy Superstar's in the building. Dan Roth in there. He causing trouble. So I got to watch what I put on the screen for him. Seniors in the building. So we appreciate that. I want to put a couple of comments up. So Dan is saying the other side of what we were talking about is if as a speaker, if I have a better mic, people in the audience may perceive me at a higher level speaker, then I get paid more. So again, because we were talking about who's the onus on. You're a photographer. You got to have the latest gear, or do you? As a speaker, if you show up with Saramonic, if you show up with a Rode, if you show up with a Shure, but if you show up with that Neumann, well, you're not going to show up with a Neumann because if you're a speaker, you're moving. But again, you pay $50, $100, $800 for a microphone. There's a perception that you may know what you're talking about, or you're just crazy because you spent all that much money when you didn't have to. Appreciate that comment though, man. Kevin Cox is in the building. What it do, man? That's a good dude right there. Skill is more important.
That's hold on that thought.
Yeah,
I like what you said. So what was that last comment? Because remember, we've danced around this for the longest time when everybody was getting to know each other in the pandemic. The other side of it is a speaker. If I have a better mic, people in the audience may perceive me as a higher level speaker, then you get paid more. Okay, right. I get you. It's just an example. Well, what happens if we're using a lapel mic?
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm
Lapel
saying.
mic,
Yeah.
so we don't even see the mic. So it comes down to what Sammy was throwing out there about the skill is more important, right? And this is the perception that people have. James and I can attest to this. Listen, this mic right here, and then the one James has costs more because it's different on the inside, though they're pretty much the same thing, right? But here's the thing. This is the earlier SM7B. It's phantom powered. But when I was first streaming, I had a almost $2,000 mic, right? That can mimic this mic and like 30 other mics. The average person did not know what the mic did. And to me, it actually sounds better from a producer standpoint of view, but better is relative. And it was pretty much this cheaper mic that got more people like, oh, it's dope now. So I just added on. I colored it.
Well, again, so I'm gonna throw you some flowers on this. The fact of what I talked about, you read the manual. You knew how to operate that other mic. You knew how to operate it and connect the Apollo. You knew how to do all the things around that piece of equipment to make it produce the harmonics that you want for your particular situation. So yeah,
but
you
right.
may have bought it.
He's right. No, I agree with what he's saying, but I just wanted to clarify. So like you and I know, the person that's not turned on with the mic, they're going to be turned on the camera. The person not turned on the camera, they might be turned on the lights. The person that's not turned on the lights, they might be turned on with the glasses. Somebody asked me why I didn't have my yellow ones on. So there's some live streams that the glasses make the point, and nobody could give a rat's behind about my camera, the lens, if it's the sniper, if it's the Sigma, they don't care. You understand what I'm saying? So it's one of those, it goes back to the point of, it's not necessarily that people see the expensive equipment and think higher of it as much as it has more to do with the whole skill of the person.
Yeah.
Right.
Back to the content. Because we can turn these lights off, just have the music that's playing in the background and just have the content. And I think we would still resonate. I know folks are looking at each of our backgrounds and looking at all the production piece, and that's important, but that's not as important as the message that's being said.
I mean, look, if you notice, with all these daggone cameras in here, most of the time, I was used to sit around there and flipping cameras around. And then I started to realize it's not really that impressive to people that's doing work. The people that's scared to actually go live, they're still looking for something else. So if you change one angle, they go, oh, I got to get another camera and I'm going to be better. Well, they didn't even realize that the flipping the cameras ain't what had people watching me. Because on Sundays, it was when I kept it on that one camera and was talking to people, that was the more interaction. And it was only to a couple of YouTubers that was like, oh, yeah, that's a nice shot. Look at that. Oh, look at the jib moving and stuff. That was for fun. But when it came down to meat and potatoes, I put that camera right here, or I pick one camera, stay right there, talk, and get the stream done.
Yeah. Say what you had to say. And got the message out to the community. And so I'm gonna counteract you with this, Dan. So it's not true. People are being judged by your setup. That's not my community, then. If all you, for me, right? If all you or they care about is reporters.com, Blue, Filter, this Elgato mic arm, this SM7D, if that's all you care about, as opposed to the messages that we're saying, man, you can go ahead and find another channel. I'm not worried about that, because we gonna tell the truth. We're gonna get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations, regardless of this infrastructure and regardless of this gear. So I don't let those trolls or those folks that hone in on superficial stuff bother me. And that's, again, I've said it a lot. We trying to get above the noise. There's a lot of noise out there in this creation world, and if we can rise above that and have conversations that matter.
Look at this. Honest Accomplice, great point. Says I upgraded the studio and I can do more as a speaker and have a higher customization level with Ecamm than a speaker who is limiting themselves with StreamYard OBS. Case in point, I'm glad you brought that up, because there's no flexing Ecamm over StreamYard over OBS. It's the use of it. There's no flexing it, because you can't wear Ecamm as Ecamm is not like the microphone or a camera pretty much say, or a particular lens or the lighting. It's something that works everything, where none of those three things we mentioned are Hollywood, right? This stream right now is a combination of Ecamm and Restream, but neither one of them are really getting the credit other than Ecamm in the long run. So you're totally on it with the Ecamm. But that's what me and James are talking about the smartness in the purchase. Because many people, if you think about e-cameras, sorry to say this, there's so many complaints in the Ecamm comment sections, right? About Ecamm Ecamm ain't the problem. It's the equipment and stuff. Because people are like, I got Ecamm, but I bought that new Sony joint and it ain't doing so. It's like, what is your stream? Like, your lights are bad. Like, you got to figure out everything. Ecamm is ready. The camera's ready. You ain't ready. So you hit it on the money, God. And you doubled down as a speaker. I love what he's saying, because it's my point exactly. You accessorize on your own skill. So if you shoot better, then you might want to buy better, when you're shooting. But it's like, if you ain't learn how to shoot, the new camera ain't gonna make you shoot better,
right? If you don't spend any time in the lab learning how to do the skill or learning how to do the thing,
do it.
It's not Ecamm's fault, y'all. Kid and Glenn have read a pretty nice platform. They got a nice app out here. It's not their fault that your Zoom don't connect to your community. Okay, we're not gonna talk. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that. Boy, you got something. I was gonna go to the gym tonight, but the Scotch is looking at me over here. I probably Let's not get into that.
Somebody posted something. Post the Apple event. And I think Ken responded like, "Yo, you can already do that, bro."
I was gonna be funny and say, "No, you can't run Ecamm on an iPad." I was just gonna post. I was just gonna say something crazy like that, but I decided not to.
Oh my gosh!
Yolanda is asking a question. She says, "When using the ZV-E10, great camera, and live streaming with Ecamm, is a CamLink 4K capture card needed to have a high quality stream?" It's not needed, but it is very nice to have.
Yeah.
Right? You can go 720 with just going directly from the camera to your computer, but to get that 4K action, you're going to need that capture card. And reconsider as well, and Keith, you can chime in as well, reconsider if you need to stream in 4K. Do your recorded videos in 4K, but think about your bandwidth, especially your upload bandwidth. And will your home internet connection support a 4K stream? So I think we're going out at 2K, but I've stopped streaming live streams in 4K just because I got folks coming in from all over the globe, and latency can be an issue. So keep that in mind. Long answer short, to answer your question, you don't have to have the CamLink, but it does help to record that to go out in 4K. I can't never have a short answer. It's just who I am.
Like he said, I'm not arguing against anyone's point, but if y'all are talking 3 levels deep, but if I were to take a screenshot of this show and ask just on look who people believe is more of an expert, that's good. I don't know.
He's capping. I don't know. Hey, I tell you who's the expert. They on the screen right now.
Nah, that's not expert. Because this don't say expert. I mean, I seen people looking good, man, and they're chasing. I'm like, yo, you already look good. Nah, man, I suck, man. James is more polished than me, I think.
No, we support each other. We advocate for each other. I'm getting out of my own way. I am more nuanced, right? There are, I think just like you, everything is in your studio for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And everything is in your shot, in your framing for a reason. Everything in my studio and in my shot is for a reason and is intentionally in a specific location. Mm-hmm. So I've taken it to an inch higher. I mean, like I've moved my Steve Jobs quotes, my crazy ones, down here so that if I move, it's in the shot instead of right in front of me.
Got it.
The stuff on the wall is crazily
Hey,
measured to be specifically at a whisk apart, right? So it fits. Okay, but again, we just do everything with intention and purpose. So
all right,
I
so
would say that.
so you know I'm a jerk, right? And I say this because I say it to people. Y'all gonna laugh at this. It's funny. So India Delgado, that's my girl, right? That's my sis.
Yeah.
But here's what's funny, and I'm using India as an example because she and I think Kurt Nugent, a few others, I'm just naming some people. Like, if it was you two, you can put your hand in the comment section and say, I've been there too. I watched many of us spend so much time convincing everybody of, like, it was almost like we needed everybody else's affirmation about our why, right? The background you see now is because the only way I got it together is I didn't really like give a narrative until it was done, right? And then the narrative didn't come out until I was asked. So even like the lights behind me, those lights are for the table behind me, right? It's for that desk there for the people, and I wanted like a night shot for it. But what we were guilty of a lot of times is saying, oh, I got the new aperture lights and I'm gonna put them over this table and it's gonna shine down. And then when people sit at the table, it's going this, that, and the third. What I started learning to do was just shut up and put the people at the table, show it on camera, and then people ask, I like how you got the people lighted at the table. How'd you do that? Now you work backwards from it rather than, you know, like explain, oh, I got this yellow mic over here. So when I get two people, I'm gonna have the other person sitting over there. No, just put the other person on the screen, right? Set the other person next to you. And then I'm doing this on purpose. Sit the other person next to you. I didn't explain I'm gonna put a table back here and blah, 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 blah. I got the table made, put the table there, put the chairs there, put the mics up at the table. And then I did a live with 4 people at the table. A lot of times we see the new gear come out and then we go, oh, look, unboxing this. See what I'm gonna do with it is, it's like, just do it, right? Just do it. Because if you set it up to do what your vision is, then get it done. Too often we explain the vision that we never unpack or come to fruition. And then we keep going over and over and over and over again. Now it's the Osmo 4 that came out. We like, oh, yeah, I got a new Osmo. And it got the, you know, and it, you know, it's going to do this and see, I'll get this because when I go mountain climbing and so, you still ain't been on the mountain.
You ain't never gone out. you don't have no boots.
You still ain't been on the mountain. Just go to the mountain, shoot it. Let me see the work and then tell me this FX30 is the bomb. This A7R5 is the bomb. Shoot the daggone pictures.
Do the work. Be about it instead of always talking about it.
Do the work because, and this is a word of encouragement, because if we get trapped in trying to explain to people that we think want to hear it, they're not going to be honest enough to tell us you wasting time explaining it to me and you're not doing it. They will never be honest and tell you, get off the live and go out and shoot. They're not going to tell you that. And I was there before. I was like, y'all remember? I was just like, oh, I'm live in the EK. I'm like, yeah, I got the 2 teleprompters and I'm, you know, so that when somebody, and then after a while it dawned on me, I'm like, the time that I'm wasting telling everybody what I'm going to do, I'm wasting time not doing it.
Yeah.
Because when you do it and people ask, there goes your live. There goes your explanation. But if we're not confident that what we want to do is going to work, then we're trying to get affirmation from other people to convince ourselves that what we think is going to work, and it still don't work.
I'll circle that back because everything you said makes truth. But again, I'm gonna just correct the nuance of you specifically, because every time you went into the community, it was not to say, look at me, I got this, I got that, I got Edelkrone, I got this, I got that. It was to actually teach.
A couple of times I did.
See, I'm trying to work with me, man. I'm trying to.
Kevin kept me humble though. Kevin Cox kept me humble though.
I'm trying to throw you out there. Look here, man. I'm trying to show you some. Oh my gosh, this man just give up the punchline. It's like the Tom Brady roast.
Go for it.
Right? Let's get locked back in here. You were. I don't know what. I'm done. I don't.
No,
I forgot what I was going to say. Lord have mercy.
So you were saying I wasn't always. You're right. I wasn't always trying to.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. You were out there enabling folks. Can't even keep a straight face now. Good Lord have mercy. I can't. The show's over, y'all. Show's over.
Kevin kept me in check. That's look. Kevin's like Kaiser Sose. You know what I'm saying? He in the cut. He Kobayashi. It's like that's Kevin Cox. If you know, you know.
Kaiser Sose. Yeah, still out there bringing. There it is. Still out there bringing value. Listen, we also got Miss Gretchen here. I got to put this out there, so because we got her in the building. So she says, always astounds me how many people buy a new camera before a big trip or an important event. It's crazy. That's nuts. Not the time to learn new equipment. Stick 100. With the body that has served you well. Well, see, then she threw that cannon in there. Okay, we because we like you and we love you. We gonna let
Gretchen
you still
is
ride
on point.
Cannon. We gonna let
Gretchen
you ride
is on
that.
point. Gretchen is on point. I attest to it, James. That's the reason why I thank God for discipline.
Yeah,
and I'm grateful for the young boy at Unique Photo. And my man was like, I said, "Do you have?" He said, "I already know where you're going." He said, "No, I can get you one." And he said, "What do you shoot with?" And I said, "Sony. What do you have?" I told him the cameras. I pulled out my A7R5. And my man took a A7C and put a 24 lens on there, compact, and put it in my hand. He said, "Just hold that for a minute." And he said, take that. Do you like shooting APS-C? And I was like, not really, other than for video. He said, okay. He was like, do you like changing your lenses or have the ability? I said, absolutely. And he put the older Fuji in my hand. He let me check it out. And he was like, have you ever shot with Fuji before? I'm like, no. And I said, yeah, but you know that he was like, do you use Lightroom? I said, yeah. He said, you can get the Fuji look. And my man literally taught me straight out of that camera. And I was just like, cool. And you know what? I haven't been happier ever since. I got the A7R3, A7CR.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I'm completed. I'm done.
You done.
I'm done.
You done.
I want to get another lens and can't even get another lens. And ladies and gentlemen, that sniper.
Yeah.
Huh? That
I was
sniper.
gonna say, don't worry about it. But yeah, someone asked about them snipers. I think I saw Sammy asking about them snipers. Talk to me about them. Man, I missed out.
Dude.
I missed out.
Dude. So here's what, because I'm not that
kind of. During the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo, I had them in my. I'm
gonna put it to you this way: you're not really missing anything, but for you, like I could tell you this: the Trio, I could see you using the Trio specifically because of your Z and your FX, right? Because the lenses are all the same. If you have a gimbal, you can change the 32, the 33, the 23, 33, and the 55, whatever, the 50. You can just change them up and it's not going to mess the gimbal up, right? It's not going to mess your Edelkrone up and blah, blah, blah. But the crazy thing about it is with the Sniper's auto, the autofocus on that thing with a Sony is fire. Like, I mean, it's accurate. It's on. Yes, it's an APS-C, and I put it on a full frame camera, but on a 61 megapixel camera, and the crop on there, the zoom in is just the crop mode. Everything is great. I literally could not tell the difference in the picture between my G24 1.4 and that 1.2 Sniper. I promise you, I had a side-by-side picture in the computer.
Yeah.
I don't have it up now.
Yeah, I remember you sent it to me, and I was like, man, this is...
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, I mean, if you pixel peep it, you might be able to be like, oh, but it's like, nah, just to get this shot, the characteristic of it out of just raw and just with a little bit of touch to it is so simple. And when you realize that you're holding 3 lenses with you for under $1,000, man, 1.2?
Come on now.
I'm like,
come on,
it's a no-brainer.
You don't get too much faster than that. That's a good. And let's see, we even got, so I know we got E mounts, so that's Sony. I don't know, is X, is that Nikon, and Z, is that Canon? I ain't gonna lie, I don't know the other mounts. I just know my E mounts. But Gretchen, we better get these snipers. You better get these snipers.
I mean, would I tell somebody to get it? So this is, I guess, where influencers come in, and this is where I like influencers, and it's hard to tell the ones that's just, they don't have nothing better to do with their time. They hustling, they trying to sell on you, they don't use it. I could do something live. Like, I really appreciate the YouTubers that aren't constant and frequent, but they're accurate when they go, because those are the people that convince me to buy or not to buy. Because I keep scrolling through different ones, like, okay, he's BS, she's BS, whatever. Are you selling for the company, or you trying to get their attention, whatever? But then there's the person that's like, they ain't send me this, nothing, I bought it. Here's why I have it. Here's why I got rid of it. Here's why I got rid of it, but I would advise somebody to get it. So me, for somebody that's on a budget, even like a Sammy, if well, Sammy ain't on the budget, but if somebody jumping in the film, Sammy got loot. So, but if they don't want to do manual or something, they like, I need something both, because I'm doing video and photos.
Yeah.
Especially if you rocking the APS-C Sony. Oh my God. My son took that silver lens from me, the 50 millimeter one. He didn't give it back yet. And all the work that he's doing,
I saw him fire up his business. So I saw the young Pelzer is doing some big things over there. He just started his own business.
You know what pictures he's shooting? He's got the 28-70 compact full frame Sigma, right? He's got that one, because we got this one, and then he got the compact version of this, which is like a 28-70. He's got that. And he's got that sniper. That's all he's been shooting with in school. That's at the work he get. He's been shooting with them two things on the A7C version 1. It's what, 33 megapixels?
Hey,
he going in. So when he put the sniper on there, it's cropping it. But he figured out, gotta be careful when you put the sniper on there. Get the actual shot. You can't be like, oh, later on, whatever. Yeah. So he's working it, and I'm really in the space now of understanding composition is king.
And knowing that gear, right? Again, he's not just going out there shooting in auto. He's learning how to use that, and he's learning the nuance of an APS-C and a full frame lens, or whatever the case may be, and how to be creative in that, how to set up the shot, how to give the client what they want and still bring himself into it. So bring the Isaiah Pelzer into it to make it look like it's him and it's authentic. So again, you can't just pick up this gear and expect it to do its thing for you. It's not AI driven, folks. It's not AI driven. What's going on, Mr. Stone? Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, look, Gretchen says, don't think those lenses have Canon mounts. They don't. And Canon mount is a controversial topic out there.
Well, look, Gretchen
shoot Canon, right?
Yeah, so
listen, let me tell you something. Respect the Canon shooters. The people I've been running into that I like their work and they shooting Canon. Here's respect I have for Canon. Canon users, they're not spoiled. Sony's are spoiled. Because we just fart around with anything. We throw anything on our cameras. Like, Ultrax, let's grab that. Let's try that. Let's try that. Oh, I don't have enough money to get G-Master. I'm going to get the Sigma version of it.
Listen.
Bruh, we got options all over the place. Oh, let's try this Siri lens. Canon shooters is like, you got Canon, right? And then, sad for Canon, they done gassed y'all up. Sigma's like, oh, here we come. It's for APS-C, and it's going to take forever to get them out on that full frame line.
That's true.
They BSing them. So Canon shooters, keep doing what y'all doing. Keep it going, because that's spoiled Sony people. And then Nikon all hyped up for red. I got y'all. Yeah.
I'm sticking it with my brand. There's supposed to be two. The rumor is 2 more bodies coming out before the end of the year. Another ZV, another vlogging body, and another full frame. So probably the FX30 is probably going to get fresh or whatever. I don't know, but it probably a ZV
Bro,
body. But I'm trying to figure out what to
the
do. But again, just
the
like you,
what's
I'm done. I'm good. I don't need any more.
you have to be, right. So I learned the
Yeah, I
discipline with
gotta
the
be. You know, the
phones.
wife ain't gonna let me buy no more.
I got an iPhone 13 here. I bought my kids the 15. I got a 13. I'm still happy, right? Because what I use my phone for, it's kind of like the newer stuff. Other than the lightning, connector, I'd rather have all the USB-C thing. But I'm like, okay, I keep the lightning connector. I use my phone, I put on the charger, I use the thing on the back. I'm good. I don't care about the connector. I don't use it to put the crucible, the crucial in it and use it as a hard drive and the Axum. Like, I don't do that. Like, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
I jumped into the Axum, right, and put it on top, and I'm recording into the phone, and I'm like, well, if you edit, we be talking out
That's
both
right.
sides
You
of
did
our
jump
mouths.
into that. That's true. You
Yeah.
did. Ain't used it since.
I can't even give it away. I try to give it to my son. I try to give it to his friend, and they like, nah, I just use my phone and record it. Like, I'm not going to take my phone and connect it to the camera and do it, because any work that I'm gonna do with that, I'm gonna put it in Final Cut anyway. And then when I upload it, it's like, nah, that's just another little intermediate thing.
Yeah.
That,
and plus you got those Atomos Ninjas. So folks who don't know, these Axums are essentially a monitor that allow you to record into these Axums and into this device. But yeah, you got those Ninjas, so you good with that.
And then I was about to do what you got, the FX, right? Because I only have one camera that's going to hit RAW into the Ninja. But then when you look at the amount of time you get on it, it's like the projects that I got to do over an hour worth of stuff. And I'm not coming back grading, right? So RAW is great for me with photography in case you miss or in case things ain't perfect. You can clean up a bad ISO. You can clean up an overexposed in RAW. In film, if you on the set, you got the lighting, you're taking the time to do it. This is not run and gun in RAW so that you can like clean up your mess up. That's not the kind of work that I do. So for me, I'm not sitting there chasing, oh, the new camera has RAW. And then that's another thing we do. We shouting out all the daggone statistics that we don't even use.
You're not shooting in
Like,
422 10-bit? Okay. You not shooting in S-Log? Okay.
I've accidentally caught stuff, recorded it, and didn't even know what kind of setting or nothing. I was just like, in the moment, I grabbed the camera, just hit the record button. I don't know if it was 10-bit 22, 25, 21. I don't know if it was on HD, XVC, whatever, something. I just recorded it, came home, turned it into a reel. I had a mixture. Oh, did anybody get that? It was on so-and-so phone. Send that to me. Dropped it on the timeline, put it all together. Nobody said the whole video was great except for the part where you put the iPhone camera in there and then you use the Osmo over there. Nobody argued with me. It was just
nobody's worried about that. Nobody's worried. Now there are folks, obviously, right? I mean, there's a majority of folks who do need that and do care about that, but I'm gonna say, and then I may be just assuming, but the majority of us who are out here creating content in these streets really just want quality. We want it to work every single time we turn that power button on. We need it to, and we need it to work. I don't necessarily have to go down there to that nth degree of color grading. I'm not pixel peeping. I'm not gonna be in the Smithsonian. I'm not. But I listen. We building legacies, but we don't have to be that anal about every nuanced piece. I guess I'll say that. Gretchen said she got 10 Canon lenses. Them TT Artisans, now they the truth too.
Yes,
you know, that manual focus.
Yes, she bougie.
Well, you know, she grown folk. She big time.
She mature. She's mature.
You know, we over here talking Sigma and Toki now, and you know, Tamron. She got TT Artisan, manual focus. That is
TT Artisan. She's
goodness,
bougie.
You know, she got metal bodies instead of the plastic bodies. Like we see
this grown folk stuff, baby.
You know,
this grown
excuse
folk.
me.
Yeah.
God, so
how bad? You know what I mean?
you know, JJSC talking about, you know, I shoot in raw. I ain't mad
Right.
at you. I ain't mad at you either. No, I ain't mad at you.
Yo, I didn't know Jared is in Philly. I shoot raw.
Hey, speaking of Philly, hey,
That's
man, what's
my
going
guy.
on? You see
It
my
ain't in
text
Philly.
message the other day that you didn't respond?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw it. I was caught up with Miles on the phone. She was like, "Yeah, good thing you wasn't preaching Sunday." I was like, "Listen, I ain't got no enemies like that, bro. I ain't got none."
And the fact that you didn't respond like you normally
No,
do, I was like, because I watched it
man.
many times, and I was like, I know where KP, I know where your church is, I know where you be, but I'm like,
that's they drinking that moonshine out where that church is at.
Brother walked in there. I'm like, man, I'm not coming down that way.
Yeah, they got too much going on out there. That's Allegheny County somewhere.
Down there, okay. I mean, last time you
too
had
much cow manure out there.
Because see, last time you was chasing them on your bike, trying to get
you
photos
talking
of
about Cavalcante? Yeah,
the sniper dude.
Yeah, the gingerbread man. The gingerbread man. They couldn't catch him.
You out there trying to chase him down on your bike, trying to get some content. Sniper going all up and down the state. I said, what you doing?
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, creativity. I'm really liking this. I think the thing of value. So people that maybe you getting used to me with it, like if I could offer something, I'm really excited about each new step, the different people I'm meeting, the strategy that I have to interact with companies. And I'm gonna do this with us, man. Hold Fast, shout out to these folks, man. Somebody was asking me about Hold Fast gear, like the straps that I wear that's over there in that what's his name over there on that hanger. It's the camera straps. The person who makes it is a person who, and this is encouragement to people if you're starting a business. If you've done the work and you want to branch out into something helping people, like, you know, it's funny, Tom Buck is the type person that could create a product, or like you met him, Caleb Pike. See, I like Caleb Pike. Everybody may not agree with everything that he does or how he does it, but that battery is expensive as jack. But you can see it was thought of. Like you can see the thought process in it. Either you say, that's too much for me, or I'm not into it, I don't need it, yes or no. I accomplished the same thing on my Cine rig, how I have it built, but I like Caleb Pike's style of Cine rig, and his why to a lot of stuff, whether it works for me or not. He's a person I'm like, I like his why. Yeah, like I like just watching him. And you see Jared, I like is with Jared Poplin, or I forgot his last name, but he does the Philly shots, and he's from Philly, Afro dude, buff guy. I shoot raw. I like his why for stuff.
I didn't know he was from Philly. Okay.
I don't think he's from Philly, but he's in Philly in Fishtown. He lived near India.
Okay.
Dude, it was because I'm looking at his photos. I'm like, that's like round the way in the hood. You know what I mean? And then he's always at the Afro, Philly game.
So he can hold his own.
He got the brother pass. He got the straight brother pass. Like he one of us. But I like people's why.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is I'm on that journey of, I think my first step out was really that runway that I did, and I was prepared. So whatever what's the thing, your gear acquisition syndrome, you have to compartmentalize that too, ending it on have and not need rather than need and not have, right? So the thing is, when you balance the need and the want, like just say, hey, like for me, I want to look sexy as a photographer. Like I want people to I want to mix in the room. So I don't want to look like the photographer with the Skechers on and the suit that looked like it's worn out from JCPenney and you wore it to a funeral of a wedding and everything. Like I don't want to look like that where I want to mix it. I want to look better than the women's husbands at the wedding. I want to look better than the honoree, you know, to an extent. But then I want you to see I got a camera, and then 5 people in the room got the same camera. I want mine to be different than yours. So I can't have a different camera. If you can afford the same camera, I can, but you ain't gonna get the same skin as me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do what I have to do to be different. I'm wearing my glasses that stand out. So people, because that's part of my strategy to get better pictures from people. You make them comfortable. You know, you let them know. You let the women in the room know. Oh, that's my wife over there. See that bad joint? That's my wife right there. So I ain't trying to holler at, you know, I just want to take a dope picture of her.
Yeah.
You know, that's a strategy. The guys, you get familiar with them. You do a Michael Jordan type move, like, hey, bro, what's up? You get that familiarity without overdoing it. That's what makes me well-rounded. What I'm doing is just giving out some of the strategies that I don't have a problem with letting people know, because if you do what I do, you still can't be me. That's the thing. If you do what I do, you still can't be me. And that's what I like about it. And so I think that if people get to doing more of what they're saying or trying to make people believe, just do it. I think that we're in the season of just show it, do it, and then we'll have the sit down at the table on the how. And I see that's where creativity is going to go better. Show the work and then show how you done the work. Don't try to project on how it's going to work if you don't show me how it's going to work.
I think it's because we have gotten tired of the folks that just talk about it instead of be about it. Right? We as a consumer are paying with our time now, right? And being more vocal about it. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time with someone who is either not authentic, doesn't really speak truths. We can tell they're bought, right? That they're on a retainer or whatever the case may be. But so we can sense that, right? You can't really fake authenticity. And it's gotten to the point, maybe it's a blessing of COVID to where we don't have the time to mess around anymore, right? Because when the world stopped, right, we all went through whatever we went through. So I think that's a key point right there. And y'all want to know how Key show up when he go to a shoot. Listen, you can come wearing nothing wrong with the Jordans, nothing wrong with the Dunks, nothing wrong with the Converse. Nothing wrong with coming with your little, your carpenter shorts on with all the pockets in them or whatever you got to do. But he just told you how he gonna show up. He gonna out dapper the groom with where we gonna start? Where you want to start? You gonna start with the hat, the belt, the shoes? You want to start with the pocket square, the glass? Oh my goodness! Come on, brother.
Look, Gretchen, I feel you. Listen, I know how to dress for the occasion now.
I ain't mad at you. Ain't nobody.
If I'm doing the hip hop party, I got the sneakers on. You know what I'm saying? I got the jeans on. I'm matter of fact, when I did a concert, this was actually my gear with some black and white Air Maxes on, and I was good to go. But when it's a dress up function, yeah.
You come
and look, it's funny because the young lady up there that's holding my buddy's camera, that's a 135 on his Sony. Like it was funny because people were like, just the photographers were just jumping at her, right? You know, because she was giving them that look, and everybody like, oh yeah, let's get her, whatever. It's like so the sad reality is I have some overexposed shots of her because the other girl that had my camera, she changed my settings on the camera, and I got my camera back from her and went to shoot her. And it was like my settings were off, and I was mad about that. So
you know what I'm saying, your exposure triangle was off. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, Mama's in the building. Let me sit up straight.
Yeah, see,
Mama's in the building. This the only show that I stream to Facebook because Mom can't come over. Well, she won't come over to YouTube, so I'm glad Mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, look, it's my mama's birthday today. She's not a social media She's not a social media person and nothing like that.
Well, we wish Mama happy birthday, man.
Yeah, she ain't gonna let us put her picture up and stuff. My mom's beautiful too, and she like, don't we put my picture all up on Facebook and stuff? Like, all right, Mom. So
don't we tell nobody. See, my mom different. She celebrate the whole month of April.
That's what I'm talking about.
At midnight. If I don't listen, it's been trained into me at midnight on the day of her birthday. I ain't gonna put a business out there, but I got to send something.
April what? Oh, you can't say the date.
Well, okay. My mom, she was April 25th. So on the night of April,
my dad, the 24th. That was my dad's birthday.
Right? That's cool. That's
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hitting her up on with a text message and putting together some type of little dope collection. So yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. That's good stuff.
Man. Yeah, you know what? And let me ask you this. I'm gonna flip this on you. So, how did it work out at the? What's the latest thing you were at in Vegas?
NAB, National Association of Broadcasters.
Okay, so NAB.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you come in with me next year. So I got you. Don't worry about it. I got your ticket. You just gotta get there. Done.
So here's the thing. So here's what I'm curious about: the aftermath of that, right? Because because I'm gonna think about what is it? NES,
CES,
NAB, NAM or whatever. The one music people we used to go to, right? They would have it in California, New York. We would go there. They got all the new equipment. You know, they got all the star keyboard players. You know, to the late Joey DeFrancesco was, you know, he'd be on the organ. Somebody be promoting a product and stuff. You know, Stevie Wonder will be there. Different people. It's like Greg Filligan's there. You got Dave Weckl on the drums and stuff. And we around all this equipment, but we were the guys at our studio that would, you know, go back to the same equipment, look at what the new stuff is doing. And what the problem would be was this: everybody went and bought that new piece and everybody's music sounded the same. And we went back to 2 versions of something before then, or the thing that was in the used department that nobody was using. And next thing you know, again, and I don't want to say his name now, but I'll say it, you got Jammin' Lewis, Puffy, you got LA and Babyface all came down to our studio like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all using?
How y'all do
We
that?
didn't have the new snares. We didn't have the new mics. We didn't have the newest keyboard sound. We had older equipment that people had sitting in the garage that they was like, oh, you use that? Like, yeah. Like we, you know, so one of those things is like, how did it feel seeing all of this new stuff and they're throwing you what you can do new and you're not appreciating what you can do now? There's the quick sermon that we get in spaces that can show us what we can do new, and it robs us of what we can do now.
If my mind wasn't right, I would have been overwhelmed.
Right.
I'll say that.
I'm asking you because I know you can handle it. So
but again, that's a really good point, right? Because again, you got all this, and you got all of this influence. You got all of this. What's the word I'm looking for? But you got all this temptation out there in front of you. And what's interesting about NAB instead of CES, they're actually selling. Some of the vendors are selling some of that stuff there. So you get show specials, as they call it. So you could pick up like the new Insta360, like, you know, a couple of the folks that we know in the community were able to pick up a show special and get the new Insta360 X4. There's a lot of stuff that you can actually get there. But if you're already comfortable in who you are and what it is that you do and understand how to use the gear that you already have, you don't have to go buy. You don't have to buy that gear to try to think that's going to help you propel to the next level. You get it because you really want it. Right.
Yeah,
so you're not out there in Vegas already around all of that temptation. You're not there being influenced into buying this and being pressured in that and losing your willpower. You get it because you actually want it. You don't think that you need it if your mind is right. So if you
as a preacher, a new iPad is not going to do anything different. It's not going to change my sermon. Right? It's pastors that's like, oh, you see the new iPad. It's like, dude, it's not going to make your sermon any better.
You can still take regular notes and have your notes.
Whatever bullet point number 1, turn with me too. There's your scripture. There's your first point, second point, third point, your intro, your outro. Whether it's on the new iPad or the old iPad, the only thing that makes that difference is when the iPad is dying in the pulpit, right? And then the solution to that would be, what kind of charger do we have to connect it, right? And then once the chargers get better and the battery power get better, it's like, dude, Reverend, how you explain to me the M1 chip versus the M2 versus the M3 versus the M4? It's like, it doesn't matter. If your sermon is garbage. help me. You know, oh, I got the new iPhone. It's like, that's not helping you deliver a better announcement.
That's a good.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a good analogy, right? So that's
it's not making the phone call with Mama sound better. You know, shout out to Mama Hicks and Mama Pelzer. It's not making the quality of the sound of Mama's voice better.
It's not good.
Shout out to the Vision Pro people.
Right. In hindsight, folks, again, don't be. I don't know. Don't give in to tempt. Oh my God, he didn't. This brother right here, I can't take him no place.
I'm on the screen with James. Oh, I can look at YouTube while I'm looking at James over here, and I'm doing Lightroom at the same time.
This boy talking madness, boy. He talk about them folks that spent $4,000 on some goggles. $4,000 on some goggles to be more productive. Is that right? He had the prop right there too. It's almost like you've done this before. You've thought about it. It's premeditated.
No, that's what
I'm not sure what he put on his head just now, but Lord have mercy, he had a prop.
That was a Wander bag. That was a Wander bag.
Oh, shouts out to Wander. Okay, shouts out to Wander.
Hey, look at what. Remember the conversation me and you had? It's like the desire to get another bag.
Yeah.
Like it was going to change everything, right? It's crazy because I really zoned in on. I got those two owner bags, right? Yeah. The black leather and the tan leather for if I'm in the suit, I need to carry my stuff, but I need something dressy looking. The Wander bags aren't as dressy to me. If I'm not dressed up, I got the Wanders. And orange is the color I like, just like we'll see you with that bluish color bag. If you got anything close to that. And the orange backpack is still sitting on this wall. I do not use it. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because I'm never anywhere with a backpack because the way I flow, I need to have my camera ready.
Yeah.
Right? I need to have it ready.
You more that, I don't know. Is it the sling or is it just
what?
Because for a while you were rocking the slings, right? And again,
I rock the sling, the orange. Yeah, the orange sling, because I can pull it right around.
Yeah.
If I'm somewhere, I can put it like when Tina and I are in them streets, DC, New York, or something like that.
Yeah.
I take that sling and my camera's right here, right? Everything is right here in front of me.
When you're in the grocery store?
And then when I'm in a comfortable space,
like the grocery store,
back here.
Yeah.
Camera's over here, right? So it's here. And then I can throw the iPad in there. I can throw a canteen in there. You got your keys. You got the lenses. You got the extra lens. All of that just with the sling. So I was like, with the backpack, the side Wander, don't y'all get mad. But with that backpack, you can. What's his name had did it best until the slings took over. Peak Design. Remember Peak Design? The hot thing what it was. You can put the bag around here, open it, and pull the camera up. That has the biggest door on there. But the Wander is too tight, man. It's too tight. The side door on there is too tight.
I hear you.
You better just open the whole back up. But then now you got to take the whole thing off your back.
You don't want to do that.
And to open it, to grab it, and then put it in. That sling, you in, out. Boom, boom. Pow. Done.
That's probably second to cameras. The most money I've spent on gear is on bags, just going back and forth, because you can't. It's hard to test them without testing them. You gotta get it and get out there in them streets. Y'all saw the picture of Tina out there in the egg aisle or in the grocery. Lord have mercy. I'm gonna put that picture back up here. Y'all was out there.
Yo,
y'all out there in the grocery aisle.
Did you hear what I did in the video where I had it like she was creaking to get there?
Yeah. See, I ain't gonna do my sister like that, y'all. But y'all in the yoga aisle, the probiotics in the CBD aisle. I can't.
And
make
guess
it
what
up.
camera
Right
that
there.
is? Guess what camera that is? The A7CR.
That's that brand new one.
And the 24G, not G Master, the 24G. 24G. Now you can't tell if I did that with the A7 4, 5, G Master 24 or the G24. That's a G24 compact. Look at the detail in that.
Yeah, and you know, I be peeping, I be checking, I be looking for all kind of aberrations, and it's hot. It's hot.
That's the where that thing at? Oh, it's in the hallway. That's that little green camera. So the green camera up there, that's not even a sniper lens. That's the I don't even think I sent you a picture of it, but that the kit is so dope, man. I took pictures in the coffee shop with that body and that small 24 lens. I want to go back and get the 35 and the 50 and the compact.
Go ahead. Keep the economy going. Go get that camera. Take that. Sammy said it looks amazing. He didn't see anytime you can get a compliment from Mr. Superstar, you know you're doing good.
What the? Wait, so Sammy, we gonna be up in New York. I'm gonna hit Sammy up. I'm gonna have to hang out with Sammy. We're gonna be up there. So wait, the backpack does all the backpack does is allow me to take way more gear than I need. I totally agree.
When I went to NAB, I did not take any of these big cameras. All I took was I think I told you, I took just my Osmo, my pocket, my Ray-Ban glasses, and my phone. And that's what I use to capture. I forced myself to be creative and get the content that I needed using those pieces of equipment. And that's how I'm going from now on. Saving my back, my neck, and my back. I am not walking around with a whole bunch of gear anymore. And for sure, listen, you coming to NAB next year because I just need the crew. We got to go with the crew. We got
and you know what? I'm gonna tell you what's great about it, the creativity. Because it just hit my brain thinking about it, right? Because I don't really use my Osmo as much as I want to. I'm trying to force myself to use it. Right. And then who needs the DJI version 1 mic? Because I'm them joints gone. I mean, I ain't trying to hit nobody over the head, trying to make no big profit off of it. I'm just getting money back.
You out here doing the Walter Jeanette. You gonna sell everything? I hit Walter up this morning because
I got the version 2. I got the version 2, and here's a balance between gas and need and necessity in application. I just did a big video project, and it was one of those where I had my boom mics, right? And I talked to the people I'm working with, and I realized it's just me. I can't do the boom because the people are gonna be moving around too much. So I was like, okay, I had my lav mics ready. I had the wirelesses. So the problem was, you put the receiver on one of the cameras, you got the ninjas going, you got the mics going, all of them for backup, whatever. And I like the mics, but number one, my issue was I got my Zoom, but they're not 32-bit float, the version 1. So I'm sitting there like, man, these people start yelling, hollering, this, that, and the third. My audio is going to be jacked up. I got through the session, plugged the wire and stuff in there. And I had the most troubling time on the receiver of the DJI receiver version 1. And I was like, I'm not getting the version 2. Well, I had my reason now of getting version 2 because I got some more video projects lined up. And I'm sitting there looking on Instagram, and then I found out that they have the hot shoe. And I'm so ready right now because they got the hot shoe where you don't even need the wires. And so you get that straight digital signal right into the camera. Which you can bounce it right to the Ninja. And then the microphones, you can record in 32-bit float. I can do all of that without touching the person. So once I put the mic on you, I'm doing all this control at my own, right? So that's the reason I upgraded. I got that thing, and it works with the Osmo. You can pair it with the Osmo and do the recording as well. So that's the reason why I upgraded that microphone.
And that makes sense. Right. Again, you fit it into your workflow, or it helps you to
Yeah.
do your thing better. You're not just buying it because it's this new shiny toy out there, new shiny piece of gear.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
actually can take advantage of it, and you can actually use it. So I mean, that's justified. Teen ain't gonna lock you out for that. You know,
Nah.
you can go pick that
Nah.
up. Sammy, no, I picked up the camcorder. I picked up the Sony 4K camcorder. So I'll be using that as well at some of these events, man. But yeah, I got a video camera to do video projects.
Nice. I like it.
I got a dedicated video piece of equipment to do video equipment. So yeah, when you come in, see, Sammy gonna take you to B&H. They're gonna walk in there.
Yeah, see, Sammy
got
got money.
He know everybody at B&H.
Yeah, they know him on a first name basis.
Yeah, so you know. Oh, you with Sammy? Oh, come on over here. Let me give you this extra discount. Let me give you this.
Come on over here, since you know Sammy.
I know Peloton is right across the street because I've been there. So I'll go to Peloton, then walk across the street to B&H. But they don't know me like that at B&H. So.
Yeah, so I mean, oh, and you know what? I got the X with the XT3. It's the trigger. Look, it be small stuff like this, right? The heck with the camera. The flash trigger, this big old thing, they got the small one. It's USB. It's a lithium charge. I mean, it's so small, it sits on the camera. I grabbed one of them things, and matter of fact, I had it when I did that runway. And when I say that trigger is the bomb, easy to use, the flashes, and another guy, he had one too. He was like, "Oh, you got one too?" He said, "Man, make life easier." I was like, "Yep, it's simple. You can, if the battery run out, all you need is one of your V mounts. I keep a V mount in the bag, charge it up. It's good to go. Good to go. I love it.
Love it. Sammy got all the locations around him. Did we get Gretchen's thing right here? She says, "At least half of my lenses are used. I know that when a new something comes out, there will be folks trading in nearly new equipment to get something shiny. That's when I call the local camera store. That's when you check out the Ecamm Trading Hub and see what's being offered."
Yo, Gretchen's on it. I mean, honestly, the only thing that people really need to be buying is buying what you don't have. And then if it's what you don't have, find out if the reason why you don't have it is because you don't need it. Right. So I'm still wrestling with my why on I think I've outgrown the Sigma 2470. I want the G Master 2 because it's lighter. It's and then it's Sony. So this is kind of weird. This is going to sound like a weird one. With the A7 IV and the A7 V, Kevin probably can add to this. It's something about the 2470 range with the Sigma and the G Master 70 to 200. That 70 to 200 do not miss. When I say it just does not miss. And when I'm doing events and you have to be away from the people, you know, you can frame it like it's a 35. But the last event I did it with a 35 prime G Master, and I had the 70 to 200, and my pictures were even. If I used the Sigma 2470, they all look great, but it's like I have to do a lot of tweaking for all my photos to be consistent, if that makes sense. Like the Sigma, no, with the Sigma 2470. So think if I got two cameras, right? Yeah. So this 24 to 70 range is a Sigma, and this is the G Master, right? And the thing is that G Master, literally every picture with that outshines the 2470 when you look at one whole thing that I've done. And just recently, when I put a prime on that A7 IV 35 or 24, and I shot with the 70 to 200, it more so blended and was more consistent, I guess, because this is my thought pattern, because I had G Master and G Master. Like that runway that I did, I had G Master and G Master. I didn't have a Sigma on my short range.
Got you. Okay.
You know what I mean? I had a 35 prime, so when the models got up close, I framed them on the 35 prime. When it was way down, I was zooming in and doing everything on the 70 to 200. I had consistency. But when some of the other shots that I did, I put the 70 to the 24 to 70 Sigma on there, and it was kind of like, I mean, the pictures were great, but I'd rather shoot Sigma or Sony or
Yes.
Suri. I don't like mixing them lenses up. It's
You
I don't
pay
know.
for that, but you get what you pay for. Like I said before as well, and I mean, look, $22.98, and that's not going to be on sale anytime soon for this new G Master. But it's got more of those lenses. It's got more of the elements, and I haven't shot with it, but I bet you're right that it don't miss.
So
It
so
don't
Kevin,
miss.
the thing I'm pointing out, Kevin, maybe you can just answer to this. I'm with you 100%. Like if I was just out there, you know, with gas, I would try. Some people have recommended that 2875. I just didn't need that range. But if I were to get that, I could see myself using it. But the thing that I come into a problem with is it and a G Master. It's something about when I'm using multiple cameras, it just seems like my artistry has an inconsistency, right? Unless I'm deliberately saying I got the Tamron here and I'm doing this specifically. Like this lens up top, I'll just show y'all this. This is the 11 to 20, right? That's a fish eye looking thing, right? But when I take pictures with that, I'm deliberately trying to make it, you know, do something elongated or whatever. I'm only going to go around shooting with that lens creatively. But if I'm taking a picture of a model or something, I don't like mixing that Tamron with a 35 prime, because it's like it's off. Does that make sense to y'all? Like it just seems off or something. Would you do that though, James? Like, do you mix lenses? I don't like mixing lenses.
No,
like that.
I've stopped mixing lenses. Ever since I had that focus breathing problem with what was it, day 74? One of those cameras. I think I had the 20 millimeter full frame on like a ZV one or something like whatever. But I had these focus breathing problems, and it was because I was mixing lenses and bodies. And I said, from now on, I'm just going to spend the money, buy it right the first time. Shouts out to Miss Diana Gladney, who has said that a few times to the folks in the Ecamm community as well. Buy it right the first time and just spend the money and go. If I'm going to buy a Sony body, I'm going to buy Sony lenses. Only a handful of other lenses, a couple of Sigmas that I will buy for specific purposes. But mounted 100% of the time, it's going to be Sony on Sony, or just Sony on Sony. Mom, to answer your question, these bodies do heat up. These cameras do heat up. And especially, so I'm looking in my studio right now. It's 80 degrees in here. I got fans running. I got all kind of stuff running. That's why I've actually had to go through a number of bodies too. So that's why I love the FX, because it's a cinema camera and it's got the fan built in.
Okay.
It's 80 degrees in here. Good Lord.
I see you, Kevin. He's right. So similar to mixing video from a Sony and a Canon. Yeah, that's something I've learned, because like right now, this table shot that I have, because that's the Tamron, I want to get a Sigma lens, so that everything in here is Sigma, except for when I put the Suri lens on the gimbal. I'll do that specifically, or I'll put a Suri lens on here every now and then if I know I'm only going to be on this. And that's for in the room. But pictures are way more of a problem. You can get away with it in, I guess, live streaming. But like Kevin's saying, when you're in post color grading and all of that stuff, you got a Canon, a Sony, or the lenses can kind of, they can give you a problem.
Yeah, it'll make or break your whole project. So,
man, because you won't even know it until it's like you'll feel it. You'll just be like, I'm not feeling that angle, and the reason why is because it's like, that's why the Suri lenses are so dope, because for a trio under $1,000, it's like, or like the Sigma trio, the 30 to 50, and the what's that, the 16. You kind of have a consistency. So when you're switching angles and with the camera and the settings, everything kind of equals up, matches up. But I think I'm gonna be careful with that. I literally think I've outgrown the Sigma 2470 because it's heavy as jacks. When I say you walk around with that sucker, oof, ooh, the imbalance is terrible.
Especially if you're trying to be nimble out there in them streets, right? So the Sigma, how big is that?
Oh yeah, that's facts, Kevin. Tamron is like you can trust the Tamron more like Sigmas are distinctive. Like I got that Sigma 85 Prime, beautiful. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. But it's Prime, so it's like I'm doing a photo shoot with it. I'm not like
that's a 3-pound lens by itself.
What? Which one?
Sigma.
The 2470.
Yeah.
That's an old trusty, man. When I say this was the like, woo, that $1,000 hurt you when you got this one. And look, it's been that price since before the pandemic, into the pandemic, and still right now. A fresh one is going to cost you $999. Now it's on sale, from $11.99. That's as low as it's going to go.
Let's see what that's B&H. Let's see what Amazon got. Shouts out to Stephanie Garcia. Y'all see I got her book up here. She just launched her book today, Ultimate Guide to Influence Marketing. Go get her book, y'all. Golly.
Congratulations.
She's part of the family. Let's see what that costs.
This thing heavy, bro. You ain't never lied. When I say heavy, my son wouldn't even take this joint. He took that 2870 Sigma from me, the full frame 2870.
Yeah.
Yo, he will not switch. He was like, yeah, I didn't really notice the difference in the quality, Dad. He was like, man, he took this out one time, and the weight on this thing, he was like, nah, I'm cool. It's the wait, where is it at? And that lens looks great. It's a 2870 compact version of this. And it's just like, if you don't miss that 24, you good. And the thing is, I think it's all internal. So this one goes in and out. So if you don't lock it, it'll come hanging on you, man. You be mad as heck. It'll be dangling, like it'll just be like, whoop, and it's sitting down there, and you gotta lock it. And dude, it's oof.
Hey,
man.
See, that's a problem. Them little things. It's them little things, right?
Now that's what master classes will be about,
right? You see, the other folks don't tell you about, the lens creep. You trying to hold it in place, and the lens start creeping. Now, if you say, what is that? Now, if you saw the new film of mine, I used 7 artists. See, Sony, he got 7 artists. God.
So look, the 2.8, right? Sigma 28-70 is $720. I would recommend that to somebody and argue the point. Now, this is where the diehard 2470 people will be like, oh, no, you need 2470. I'm going to be like, nah, trust me. Take my word on it. Save you the $200. Get you a 2870, right? It'll save you the weight. And ain't nobody going. Only thing you'll be missing is that 24 shot. Back up by 4 feet.
Just back up.
You got the same shot. Just back up.
You back up, or you tell them to scoot back a little bit.
Yo, tell them to tighten. Y'all tighten in, because I got a 28. Y'all move in a little bit more.
There's that creativity right there. You direct traffic, right? God, yeah. That's 4 millimeters. Are you really? A 15 mil versus a 16 mil, a 24 versus a 28. Come on now, back up. Okay, I'm so cynical. All right,
man. You know what? When you talk technicalities, here's what's interesting. So you ever look on Instagram and look at all this complaining we did about being able to go to Ecamm to Instagram and blah blah blah. And it's like, it's really like a waste of time, right? It's still YouTube and Facebook, right? Or in James X or whatever, right? Yeah. But here's the funny thing. I'm looking at people I just started following. I'm talking celebrities or people that got thousands of followers. Mm. They got their phones, they on a live, and they're happy as jacks, right?
and they look less than
terrible.
Stellar.
look terrible in their lives. I'm talking about beautiful, beautiful people, like models is going live with another model. And I mean, cameras is shoddy as jacks. And they just got like 200 people on the screen.
Got smudge marks on the lens. They blurry. They coming in off of AOL 300 baud or whatever. I just did it myself, but y'all youngsters, look it up. AOL.
Yeah, they don't even be caring, man. They just be like, they be going.
Thousands of people on the stream too.
I mean, it be people in the comment section going in. You're like, oh, he got so and so in there, and I'm like, I mean, cameras is jacked. Like you said, you're like, is that a cloud filter? It's like, no, that's smudge. You know,
that's just how bad it is. It's got grease on it, got chicken grease on the lens. Well,
lighting jacked up. I mean, you can tell they got the ring light, and I'm like, no backlight, nothing. Don't even care.
All this work that we didn't put in the, key lights and hair lights and woo and you come. Okay, see, there I go again. Let me get off of that.
So you have to do it because that's what you do. So, ladies and gentlemen, make it work. Don't argue your point. Show your point. How about that?
Hey, that's how we gonna bring this plane in.
So James, we don't do this on this show, but I be trying to mind my business.
Yeah.
I actually watched the clip from Pastor Keon's church. Did you see that clip that's viral where he told the lady to stop screaming?
he was Pastor went up. He went up to sister. Listen, we ain't gonna have all this hollering and hooting. You hush.
But did you listen to it? He said, y'all, and nobody jumped in it. That's all I'm saying. He said, y'all quieter. I'm paraphrasing, but he pulled in y'all and nobody stepped into it.
Nobody did.
Because I am not bothering to praise her in church.
and I mean, your sister was there.
Because you don't know the hell I've been through. So don't you touch me. Tell me to shut up.
I'm gonna put these hands on you. There's about to be some pews moving up in here. We're gonna start. We're gonna start throwing some of this water around. Okay, but he showed it. He mid passage.
Wait, what did I do? Okay, I thought I did something.
Don't push no buttons. No push. But mid passage, he told sister, "Listen, we ain't gonna have all this carrying on up here." She in the choir too. She was back there in the choir. She was
getting her praise on. He's like,
you gonna hush.
He said, we gotta quiet down, but he kept on singing.
He went up there and put that finger on her. And he said, "You gonna hush?" I said, "Oh Lord!" I said,
"Shh."
I'm trying to get out. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all this message. I'm trying to get out of here. My game is on. My team is playing. I got money on the net.
He kept singing.
I'm singing. Yeah, you're right. I'm singing right now.
I was like, y'all thought Kim Burrell was bad. I said, my God. At least Kim Burrell said, the Lord is using me. The Lord is using me. She said, I'm gonna come back to you. Kim Burrell did say, I got you on the come up. Just hold up right now. Let me finish this, and I got you.
Man, y'all don't know what we talk about. Y'all check it out. He was on with Tamron. Was it Tamron Hall? He and his wife were on with Tamron Hall today. So y'all go check the Tamron Hall episode from this afternoon. He was
you guys
trying to
clean
clarify.
it up. Well, you got to clear. I'm glad I ain't one of them people. I mean, when they shoot at pastors now, I'm just like, I don't want the smoke. I don't want none of her family coming back. Yo, you told my mama to be quiet. You told my mama to shut up. She was getting her praise on. Like, I don't want the smoke.
Yeah, you that pastor that was up there telling everybody to hush. Bruh.
Tell my mama to shut up. You don't know what we've been through.
We gonna pray for everybody, Lord. We gonna ask that you well. Okay.
Kevin, you gotta see it. If you ain't see it, Kevin, I was trying to mind my business, Kevin. And I was like, "What is everybody talking about?" My man was like, "She's like, ah! He's like." quiet her up.
Because I'm singing, my solo.
The thing is, you gotta watch it. Nobody was like, yo, he said be quiet. Nobody.
It was in service too. Lord have mercy. Pastor was I'm not going to
do doing too much, man.
Yeah,
we doing too much.
That's what it was. Pastor's doing too much.
We doing way too much.
He looking at the time like, again, the game is on. I don't know. My Uber's outside waiting. I'm going somewhere. I'm going.
Come on, Gretchen. That's like performing and doing the show, and you doing like a breakdown with the music, and somebody singing along with you. Like, yo, tell her to stop singing. It's just me.
It's my turn. My solo. Shine these lights on me. Me and the Lord talking right now. You wait your turn. Okay, no, wait your turn.
Okay, James. Here's y'all bonus. Before we go, here's y'all bonus. Let's flip it back into how we talk. Yo, there's a Instagram or TikTok that's on Instagram. It's funny because it's an African brother, a camera boss, I think his name is, right? It might be him, one of his reels or somebody from South Africa. They're a photographer, but it's the thing we all go through. I was at an event this weekend and I'm shooting, and the people that are paying me, they're like, okay, we want to get this group shot. So I'm telling everybody how to stand everything. I promise you, 5 women stood in front of me. They stood, like I'm assembling everybody. They got right where my stance is, and they like, okay. I'm like, sis, what you doing? Yo, the phone, I'm not mad with it, but if you are creative, you cannot complain about what people do. You have to figure out how to be better than what everybody else is doing. The key thing I said on me and James showed the other time is this is for any photographers. Get out the room of complaining about other photographers or people that are winning. Because here's what I learned. When you do events, every freaking body in the room got a phone. They will steal your shot. Right? They will steal it. They will take your shot that you pose everybody on, and they will post it before you get home to upload it, grade it, color it, crop it, and all of that. It's been on Instagram. So your picture don't mean nothing. You ain't going to keep getting paid unless you giving something that they can't get. Let that sink in. Same thing with video, right? Same thing with video. Who going to hire you to video an event when people got it on their phone and they streaming it? So we already done saw it. We saw the interview with so-and-so from Ninja and so-and-so from, Adamus and Amaran. We saw the interview. Everybody is 5 people standing there with their phone. They got it. And you going home to color grade it with double angles and, ooh, look, I shot it on the FX3 or FX6. It don't matter now because the novelty done wore off. So creative space is a little different now. You got to figure out like how to, do that other thing ahead. And that's a tip right there. So I'm ahead of that. Like for me, the people, I'm going to give a tip. I'm going to give this one for free. The people that hire me to do prom pictures, guess when I shoot the prom picture? The day before or hours before. What I need you to do is get dressed. I need you to put the outfit on. When you go to try it on to make sure it fit, I need you to get dialed up. And we're going to take a shot before. Right before. Or we're going to take a couple of shots before you go downstairs. You got what I'm saying? And then you let everybody take all these pictures and you stand back. You don't stay snapping around because you're getting the same thing everybody else got. You don't want them pictures. You want after everybody did it all with their phone, or you find out the people that's videoing but not snapping. So they videoing, they don't have a still shot at this moment. You got to be watchful, because if not, why I need to hire you? Because I got all that. Everybody else is doing it. And people bragging on their Androids and iPhones. So what better picture you going to give them? The average person ain't knowing, oh, I had a 61 megapixel camera, the A7R5. So I did it in Lightroom or Capture One. So, okay, grandmom took the picture on her iPhone 15. It looked good enough to me. I see that the dress got this, that, and the third. your picture's not going to do it any more justice. That's when you got to get super creative. And you got to give that one. You got to go the extra mile. You got to ride to the prom with them. Sorry, people. These are the nuggets I'm dropping that I'm going to do because I'm confident with me, but I'm just like, I had to learn that the hard way. Give them what the other 50 people in the room can't give them.
So we got to put that work in.
But the funny joint is now, man, the group shots, man, I promise you, the funniest thing now is when you go to an event and then the people got the nerve to say, can you take this with my phone? Man, I got $7,000 worth of camera in my hand. I'm not putting it down to pick up your phone and shoot that. Go buy you a damn gimbal or something. Excuse me, mom. I'm sorry. Go buy you a tripod or something because I ain't taking it. Okay, get you a drone.
I'm not picking up that iPhone SE or that little thing. No. I got. Don't you know all these lenses and cameras and mics, all this stuff I got right here to take this picture for you. But
ladies and gentlemen, don't ask the photographer to take the picture. Stop. Don't
have to create
Tell your niece or your homegirl to take the picture. Tell your little cousin to take the picture. We're not there to take your pictures with your phone.
That's it. Kevin got it right there. That's the behind the scenes. Give them what they want before they know they want it. I likened it. I said it just the other day about a Steve Jobsian kind of thing when he took the headphone jack out of the iPhone. He gave us something that we wanted and we needed before we knew we needed it. Mm-hmm. Now no one is walking around with wired headphones because now we're all wireless, things like that. But the consumer knows that they want something unique. And being photographer is one thing, but to be a creative photographer is completely different. Like you say, go there the day before. Go there 2 hours ahead of time. Let me get you getting ready. Let me get you getting pressed. Let me get you coming down the steps before you even come down the steps. Those extra pieces right there. And then you don't even have to do a whole lot of touch up. You don't have to throw a whole bunch of LUTs. So you don't have to do a whole bunch of grading and all that. But you got a unique moment that's different than when you got the whole group. Or get the whole group but get different angles, right? Get it from the reason that they hired you, get it from your eye instead of everyone sitting there with the little, sitting there with the whole camera. Man, okay. See, look, Mom wants you to come to California, right, brother. Mom, hold on, see, where's she at? I saw it. She said, want you to come to California in October.
Oh, okay. There we go. In October. Yeah. In October.
Right. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Because we're gonna be up your way in
July.
All right, that's right. Lord, that's anniversary. I better not forget that. That's both our anniversaries.
You're gonna be up in them streets in July. What day is the show again?
Going to go see Alicia Keys, Hell's Kitchen. The 13th, I think.
13th. Okay, the show is 13th. Okay.
Is that July? I don't know. Lord have mercy. Listen,
I'm bad. That's why anything I put in the calendar, it have Tina link to it. Because I messed up one time, and it's like, ooh.
14th. Yeah. July 14th, we going to see Hell's Kitchen. So, but you supposed to be coming over here anyway, Napa, one of these days.
Oh yeah, we gotta go to that wine train. She wanted to go to wine train.
Yeah, and again, we don't get to acting up on the wine train because
now that you straightened it out, now that you straightened us out over there, you got us, you reinstated.
Whatever. And folks, if y'all don't know as well, the Napa wine train we had some issues. We had some folks get on there a few years ago, and they was just having a good time. Mm-hmm. And folk, we loud. Yeah, we like that. We like to be very boisterous. We as in black folk, we like to be very expressive.
We up in the building.
We gonna let you know we there. And Napa wasn't ready for these sorority sisters to just roll up in there, ski-weeing and doing all the things that they did. Them AKs and them deltas, them AKs and them deltas went up in there, stepping and doing. Them Divine Nines got to okay. But that's what happened. But I think that's all clear now. You can come on down. There is peace and harmony in these streets. Let's see what's going on here in these comments. That was a good word, though. That was a good word about that you just said. Take that with you, folks. Take that. Oh. Start taking the photos of everyone else taking the group shots. That's a good one. That's a good one. Have you thought of taking the photo, then airdropping, and then say, "Oh man, this is amazing"? Then they will hire you. Right. Right.
Yeah,
You know,
True that. True that.
Sammy. Hey, Sammy, you invited to anything, brother. You invited anything. Gretchen, I don't know if I'm coming to camp. I don't know. I was Jillian asked me this yesterday as well. Maybe. I don't know. Just no particular reason. But I'm considering it. And I know tickets for Creator Camp are probably going to be sold out pretty soon. Are you going?
Creator Camp?
Yeah.
Nah, it's where in Connecticut.
Boston, Massachusetts.
I don't know. Maybe I'll try.
Over at eCamp HQ, headquarters.
I may. I don't know.
A lot of the family gonna be there. I consider it. I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta see. I gotta see the value.
We got to meet Yolanda. You new to the eCamp family. That would be a good event to go to. I'm not sure if you saw some of the streams in your doc or Katie or someone talking about it. If you want to get fully inundated with the fam, Creator Camp is a good value to go check out, because you'll get to hang out with Ken, you get to hang out with Glenn, you'll get to meet everyone who is on the lives and everything, everyone who's doing anything. We may go. I'll make it. We'll figure it out. Don't forget to holler at us when you come to Napa. Yeah, listen, look at Mom. She's talking about holler at me. God, Mom ain't treat too. Listen, to get you from Philly over here to California, we may end up going to the club.
I'll let you go when you get over here. Holler when you get over the way. Keon going to tell me to be quiet.
See that. See that. There he goes. You knew what I was saying. When I was saying to get the ski win.
Pastor Keon gonna be like, shh. It's quiet.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
It's quiet.
Bring us home, brother. Bring us home.
No, you did. I did. Because I'm a Black Baptist preacher. I can't close out. You can't trust us. You can't. As I come to my close,
we ain't gonna
20 minutes later, as I come to,
we ain't gonna be long. We ain't gonna be long.
Lest I hold you long. 40 minutes later, lest I hold you. As I come to my close, 30 minutes later, as I said, as I go to my seat,
and then get back up and see, then get the.
As I go to my seat.
Listen, you don't have fun doing what you do while do it. This is what we do. Conscious Conversations, me and KP, this is what we get into. Make sure you subscribing, because some of these things we get online, we do them out of the goodness of our heart just to be fun. But listen, at the end of the day, we also creatives, we also entrepreneurs. We trying to make this money. So I saw it a couple of minutes ago. If you on YouTube and you don't have premium, you got to add. And that's how some of this stuff gets paid for. Now, I'm not asking anybody for super chats. I'm not even asking anybody to buy anything. If you buy anything, but you do see to get the promo code. But we spend our time, hopefully, to bring some insight, to bring value. If you found some value out of this, let us know. If you did not find value out of this, still let us know. So we can get better and we can grow together. You good, brother?
I'm good.
All right.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. We out. Appreciate you. Like KC says, hit that button on the way out, y'all, and tell somebody. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. We out.
Stay tuned.